Hi guys, Coach Abby back with another Trainer Tip Thursday. And today we're talking about calories and how we can calculate calories for weight loss, maintenance, and weight gain. Before we start, it's really important to note that everybody is different and that my prescription of calories might be different for Joe's prescription of calories, despite weighing the same. So we know that muscle is metabolically active, fat is not. If Joe has more muscle, I have more fat, we both weigh 150 pounds, his numbers are going to look a little bit different from me because of our body composition. Other factors that might change this are our age, hormones, our activity levels. So it is important to remember that my number might look a little bit different than your number. All right, so where do we start? You guys have all gotten an in-body test taken in the gym. On the right-hand side over here, you've got a couple things listed. Your body fat, your lean body mass, how we control that. But below that, we have our basal metabolic rate, also known as our BMR. What that is how many calories that your body needs to survive the day at rest. Again, I want to highlight the words at rest because this is the bare minimum amount of calories that you should be getting on a daily basis. If you are not getting enough calories here, you're not going to see progress towards your goals in the gym, outside of the gym. So we're going to use this number as a reference. However, today we're going to talk about how you can calculate your calories based on your activity levels and your goals overall. It's important to note that there's multiple ways to calculate your caloric intake, and it's really important to talk with your coach about which way is best in calculating your specific calories. Today we're going to use an equation called the multiplier system. And what that looks like is we're just going to multiply our body weight times a specific number or a number range depending on how active we are and depending on what our goals are. We want to lose weight, we want to maintain our weight, or we want to gain weight. So looking at this chart right here, you can see that I want to lose weight. So I'm going to take my body weight times a number that would be a 10 through a 12. And your nutrition coach will help you come up with that number. If I'm on the higher activity side, I'm coming to boot camp 3 to 5 times a week, I go for daily walks, I'm going to use 12 to 14 as my multiplier, okay? Next up, we're going to look at maintaining our weight. So in this line, we've got body weight times 13 to 15 range. And if I'm at a higher activity level, I'm going to do that 15 to 16 range, okay? From here, the next step might be to gain weight. We're going to take our body weight times 16, and if I'm a higher activity level individual, I'm going to take my body weight times 17. So here, if you want a screenshot, is the equations. We can go over them individually with you as your nutrition coaches to talk about what your goals are and how you can calculate your calories. All right, so let's take that information and let's apply it to some scenarios. First up, we have me, all right? So right here, client's name is Abby, 145 pounds. This is true according to my in-body. My goal is to continue to lose weight. So you can see here, my body weight, 145, and I went ahead and I multiplied that by 12 because I'm in that weight loss range and I'm on the higher end of the activity. The number that came out was 1740, so 1,740 calories is the number that I should be getting a day while I'm active. Next up, we have Mark. Mark is 172 pounds and he wants to gain weight. He's been struggling to gain weight for a couple of months now, and so we're going to look more at his calorie. And he is here, 172 pounds. We are multiplying that by 17, and this comes up with 2,924 calories a day for Mark. Next up, we've got Stacy. Stacy is 137 pounds. She would like to maintain her weight. However, she wants to put on some muscle. So we're going to talk with her about that separately, but we know that we're maintaining. So we're going to use 137 as her body weight, and we're going to use the multiplier 14. From here, we get 1,918 calories for Stacy. And last but not least, we've got Joe. Joe is 236 pounds. He has a goal of losing weight, and we used his body weight, 236. Joe is not a boot camp member. He just let us use this information for video purposes, and he's not very active. So we're gonna use that lowest number here, 236 times 10. He is gonna need 2,360 calories a day. So just to recap here, again, we're using numbers to multiply our body weight to come up with the number of calories that we need to be eating throughout a day to reach those goals of weight loss, weight maintenance, or weight gain, depending on where we're at in our fitness journey. There's some pros and there's some cons to the multiplier system. Pros, it's pretty simple. You can weigh yourself, you can look at your calories, multiplying by that number that's given in the formula, and voila, you know what you're supposed to be getting. However, because there is a range from 10 to 12 or 13 to 15, it is a little bit of subjective information because you have to decide how active you are. This is where your coach comes in to help you. They can help you decide where you fit into that range. They can kind of manipulate those numbers and help you out so that you can achieve those goals. All right, to wrap things up, I just want to remind you guys that your numbers are not going to be the same as probably anybody else's. So keep that in mind when comparing with friends, family, or yourself just in general. And you really want to have conversations with your nutrition coach to make sure that you're making progress in the right direction. Next week, we're going to talk about how to take that calories number and turn it into macros of proteins, fats, and carbs to meet your goals. See you next week.